Lesson 36. A handful of poems. 1. Loveliest of trees, the cherry now is hung with bloom along the bough, and stands about the woodland ride, wearing white for Eastertide. Now, of my 60 years and 10, 20 will not come again, and take from 70 springs a score. It only leaves me 50 more, and since to look at things in bloom, 50 springs are little room. About the woodlands I will go, to see the cherry hung with snow. A. E. Houseman, 1859–1936. 2. Leisure. What is this life if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare? No time to stand beneath the boughs, and stare as long as sheep and cows. No time to see, when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see, in broad daylight, streams full of stars, like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance, and watch her feet, how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. A poor life this if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. W. H. Davigs, 1871–1940. 3. Requiem. Under the white and starry sky, dig the grave and let me lie. Glad did I live and gladly die, and I laid me down with a will. This be the verse you grave for me. Here he lies where he longed to be. Home is the sailor, home from sea, and the hunter home from the hill. R. L. Stevenson, 1850–1894. 4. To a lady seen from the train. Oh, why do you walk through the fields in gloves, missing so much and so much? Oh, fat white woman whom nobody loves, why do you walk through the fields in gloves, when the grass is soft as the breast of doves, and shivering sweet to the touch? Oh, why do you walk through the fields in gloves, missing so much and so much? Francis Cornford, 1886–1960. 5. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose, that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody, that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. And fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 mile. Rosard Burns, 1759–1796. 6. Upon Westminster Bridge. September 3, 1802. Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by a sight so touching in its majesty. This city now doth, like a garment, wear the beauty of the morning, silent, bare. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temples lie open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendor valley, rock, or hill. Ne'er saw I, never felt, a calm so deep. The river glides at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still. William Wordsworth, 1770–1850. 7. To a poet 1,000 years hence. I who am dead 1,000 years, and wrote this sweet archaic song, send you my words for messengers. The way I shall not pass along. I care not if you bridge the seas, or ride secure the cruel sky, or build consummate palaces, of metal or of masonry. But have you wine and music still, and statues in a bright-eyed love, and foolish thoughts of good and ill, and prayers to them who sit above? How shall we conquer like a wind that falls at eve our fancies blow. And old Maionides the blind said it 3,000 years ago. O friend unseen, unborn, unknown, student of our sweet English tongue, read out my words at night, alone. I was a poet, I was young. Since I can never see your face, and never shake you by the hand, I send my soul through time and space to greet you. You will understand. James Elroy Flecker, 1884–1915. 8. Pippa's Song. The years at the spring, the days at the morn, mornings at 7. The hillsides dew pearled, the larks on the wing, the snails on the thorn. God's in his heaven, all's right with the world. Robert Browning, 1812–1889. 9. Crossing the bar. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me, and may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. But such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out the bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. Lord Tennyson, 1809–1892. Hob, I can't be bothered with poetry, unless it's comic poetry. Olaf, do you know any comic poetry, Hob? Hob, well, I know. There was a young lady of Niger who went for a ride on a tiger. They returned from the ride with the lady inside, and a smile on the face of the tiger. Mr. Priestley, that's a limerick. Lucille, what are limericks? Mr. Priestley, they are form of comic verse. They generally begin, there was a. They have 5 lines, 3 long ones, the first, second, and fifth, with the same rhyme, and 2 short ones with another rhyme. There are hundreds of them in English. The most famous ones were those written by Edward Lear. Frida, could you tell us one of his? Mr. Priestley, well, one of the best known is, there was an old man with a beard, who said, it is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and wren, have all built their nests in my beard. Pedro, I know a limerick about a Japanese gentleman who had such a long name that it took several days to pronounce it. Mr. Priestley, all limericks are not quite suitable for a class like this, but I know that one, and you can tell it quite safely. Pedro, thank you, sir. It goes. There was a great man of Japan, whose name on a Tuesday began. It lasted through Sunday, till midnight on Monday, and sounded like stones in a can. Mr. Priestley, I don't think the limerick is to be found in any language except English. Neither is the Clerihew. Jan, that's a strange word. Whatever is a Clerihew? Mr. Priestley, it's a form of comic verse invented by Edmund Clerihew Bentley. A Clerihew has only 4 lines and is a sort of comic biography. In fact, Mr. Bentley called his book of Clerihew's biography for beginners. Lucille, I'd love to hear some of them. Mr. Priestley, well, here's the opening one. The art of biography is different from geography. Geography is about maps, but biography is about chaps. Frida, that's lovely. Do you know any more? Mr. Priestley, well, here are 2. What I like about Clive is that he is no longer alive. There's a great deal to be said for being dead. And Sir Christopher Wren said, I am going to dine with some men. If anybody calls, say I'm designing St. Paul's. Lucille, I saw a little poem a day or 2 ago about a boy called Jim. It reminded me of Hob. It went. Pudding and pie, said Jim. Oh my! Which would you rather? Said his father. Both, said Jim. That's just like him. Hob, it's a funny thing, but I saw a little poem a day or two ago that reminded me of Lucille. It went. She could dance till long past midnight. She could swim and she could run. She could row upon the river. And to climb, she thought, was fun. She'd play golf from morn till evening. Or tennis all day long. But she never touched the housework. Because she wasn't very strong. Dear friends, thank you for watching our channel and learning English with us. Subscribe. And we wish you great luck in achieving your goals.